President Obama is showing frustration with the Edward Snowden case.
He spoke minutes ago about the NSA leaker this morning from Senegal at a news conference. Our Major Garrett asked the president about the U.S. effort to get Snowden out of Russia. He says he hasn't called Chinese President Xi Jinping or Russian President Vladimir Putin.
Mr. President, will you use U.S. military assets to in any way intercept Mr. Snowden should he at some point in the future leave Russia to try to find safe passage in another country?
I am interested in making sure that the rules of extradition are obeyed. Now, we don't have an extradition treaty with Russia, which makes it more complicated. You don't have to have an extradition treaty, though, to resolve some of these issues. There have been some useful conversations that have taken place between the United States government and the Russian government. And my continued expectation is that Russia or other countries that have talked about potentially providing Mr. Snowden asylum recognize that they are part of an international community and that they should be abiding by international law. And we'll continue to press them as hard as we can to make sure that they do so. But let me, one last thing, because you asked a final question. No, I'm not going to be scrambling jets to get a 29-year-old hacker.
Snowden is still believed to be inside Moscow's international airport. It's interesting, Gail and Charlie, to hear the president say, I'm not scrambling some jets for some 29-year-old leaker. The suggestion, of course, has been that as the plane was on its way to Havana, it would cross into U.S. airspace, and though the U.S. could then scramble jets and take it down. The president said, I don't want to elevate this case to do a lot of wheeling and dealing.
Force it to land, not take it out of the air.
Yeah, take it down.
Right.
But he seemed a bit irritated, the president.
Well, he also seemed to me to want to put it in some sense of perspective. We have relationships with these people. This is not a thing that ought to be handled at the presidential level. There are people that are trying to change the circumstance and trying to get them to adhere to extradition laws.
Yeah, despite all the clamoring, he wants everybody to know we're on top of it and we're taking care of it.